What is up to all of the Flagrant Trigger Fellowship and other awesome stream guy thingy? I've already lost it. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the resurgence of Clout Goblins. As everyone knows, we've been gone for a little bit, but we are back. Crash took a little vacation. He went with some family stuff. I've been dealing with some personal stuff and having to deal with some pretty frustrating business things, and we'll get into that in a little bit. But I am Flagrant Triggers. I am a fledgling businessman, but I can't promote the site now because we're having some problems. But we'll throw it over to my co-host, Mr. Crash Mondo. Sir, how are you?
I am Crash Mondo Jr. How are all my fellow goblins? Hey, Nerdy Ronan. Glad to see
Hey,
you
what's up,
drop by.
nerdy? First, Crash, how was your vacation?
It was fantastic. I hadn't slept that well in a long time, to be honest. And I'm trying to keep up that sleep schedule. Well, that's sleeping that amount every night. So been going to bed earlier and making sure I'm getting plenty of sleep. And it's life changing, man. Your days are just so much different when you get enough sleep.
That's true. I have a really bad habit of I have to watch TV before I go to bed because I have to keep my brain distracted because of everything going on. Because if I don't have a distraction, it'll just wire me up and get me tuned up. Um, and but then when I fall asleep, I'll wake up a little bit later and I'll restart the episode of what I was watching, where I was watching, and yeah, it's not good. I really just need to close my eyes and go the fuck to sleep and learn how to shut my brain down.
Yeah.
uh, so let's see. Should we just start with what's
One.
going on with the site?
I'll take that as a compliment, by the way. Thank you, Nerdy.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's start with the site.
Yeah. So, well, let's start with this, because we have a viewer in the chat right now who has seen what kind of frustrations I've been having to deal with. Mr. Ronan, can you tell us how long it's taken you to how long it took you to get your merch, and if they've even sent you the fix for yours? I know your wife got hers, the one she ordered, but have they sent you your fixed shirt? And if not, how long have you been waiting for it? And we'll give him a second too.
Yeah, while he's typing that out, here's some suggestions for you, Cam.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Bob Ross
I think there's a Twitch stream, a Bob Ross stream on Twitch that you can just put up. It's just reruns.
I think there is. Yeah, I think there is. Oh yeah. I've actually seen it before. But while Nerdy's giving us some info on what he's had to deal with. So I've been using a company, and they're called Innovative Inc. And I liked it in the beginning because it was a local business. They have never done anything like this as far as small 1-2 piece orders at a time, but they had the tech to do it. But I don't know if they're having issues or trouble. They have fucking dropped the ball so hard. I have to quit using them. And here we go. This is the kind of shit I've had to deal with. Originally 3 months, and it was wrong. Like the shirt was wrong. So he made the order, and I've emailed the account manager who's in charge of my account and the other people who do their little small order stuff. Emailed them several times. I'm talking like probably 6, 7, 8. Had calls with them, text them, all kinds of shit. And when they actually got the shirt sent out, the fucking thing was printed backwards. So, yeah, no shit. It took them 3 months to do it. and the fucking print was backwards. So automatically you can see that their deadline timing is fucking horrible. They don't have a quality control at all, and it honestly it's pretty pathetic considering the bulk orders that they do. Now, yeah, and he ordered it in the beginning of February.
And we are almost at the end of June.
Yeah, yep. And I know I've got one order from December that still hasn't been filled. There's an order from April that hasn't been filled, and I've talked with the customers and told that's the number one thing. I'm going to be honest, whether it fucking kicks me in the balls or not. And to the customers, you guys have been fucking awesome, and you've shown that there is absolutely a craving for free speech and expression of ideas without any kind of censorship. And there is a huge opportunity for people who want to get into that, because the Make Marvel Mail Again shirt, that thing blew the fuck up. I'm talking in the course of 1 month. When it first came out, I had to do pre-order because, again, this shop that I'm using that is not fulfilling anything remotely close to the deadline, they would not do it because they were afraid of a copyright suit or a trademark suit because of the Marvel logo. And I told them, like, hey, it's parody. It doesn't promote the brand. It makes fun of them. And it's not just the Marvel logo with characters and shit. And anyway, even if Marvel had a problem with it, they would send a cease and desist first. They're not just going to automatically go and try to sue you or anything. And
yeah,
at that
that's
point,
costly. This is not cost effective to just jump straight into filing lawsuits. Nobody wants to pay lawyers.
Yeah, so
you don't have to.
So I had to use a different shop here, and I had to do pre-orders because it's better to do bulk. There were over 200 and I think there were like 223 sales in 2 weeks for that one shirt. And dude, to the fellowship and everyone who watches Gary and Friday Night Tights and Ryan and Chrissy, X-Ray Girl, all them, dude, you guys are fucking awesome. And I'm glad to be part of that, because we actually are making a dent in this culture war. And the Bud Light effect, Target, and all these other companies who are promoting this woke shit and taking a stand with it, they're getting knocked the fuck out. And it's because people are ready to get back to some kind of normalcy. But like, I refuse to keep working with people who make promises that shit's going to get done and they don't fucking do it. Like, that's one thing that pisses me off, because they don't have to, they're not holding the bag for this. Like, this is all on me. And you know, I'm going to take the heat because it is me. I'm the one who owns it. But they are just, I refuse to work with a company that doesn't seem to have any interest or desire or motivation to work with a small business. And it really ticks me off, because the meetings I've had with them, they're like, oh yeah, we really want to get into this direct to garment stuff, talking about like the Etsy's and the Shopify's and the little stores like that, because they've always done bulk stuff, and they've got contracts with WWE, the third biggest big box store. I can't remember the name of it. It's not Walmart or Big Lots, or I can't remember the name of it, but it's out in the Midwest. And they work with Jimmy Buffett. They do Jimmy Buffett stuff. Like, so they're not unable to do it. I just don't think they have the desire or drive to do it. and that's just not that's not something I want to work with, because I've given him multiple chances, and I think a lot of it was the new account manager. I don't think he could find his asshole if his fists were grabbing his prostate through it. Like, he's not he. I always tell him what's wrong, and it's always the email. We'll take care of it. We got it done. It'll get fixed. Excuse after excuse after excuse. And it's not even an excuse. It's like, yeah, we'll get it done. But then I call back a week later. Hey, what's going on? The customer still hasn't got their shit. Oh, well, we got busy, and it's just been there's a lot going on. Like, dude, at a certain point, and if anyone out there is trying to start a small business, cut that shit off. Like, I understand, like, because there was a period of time where they were switching over to a new tech, which and I love that print method. It's awesome. Like, the shirts, assuming that they get it right, they do it right and do it correctly on with the machine. It'll last as long as that shirt lasts. Like, the typically screen print is ink layer on top of ink layer on top of ink layer, and after a while it cracks, fades, chips, and comes off the shirt. But the new stuff, it binds directly to the fabric, and you can get HD quality, photo quality images, all the colors. You're not limited by anything. And I mean, it fucking sucks, because I really liked being able to give people that stuff. I liked working with the people that I worked with and helping them get their brand out, and get them making money off of what they do, which is what, everyone desires. Like, you don't want to sit there and bust your ass and not get anything for it, especially if you're trying to make a change for the better in the space that you're in. But
Hey, Nerdy, I assume that's another t-shirt outfit that you're suggesting? Or you want to look that up? While you're doing that, actually, I want to contrast your story with my experience with another customer service outfit doing it right. I happened to catch this while I was getting my ticket worked with Rippaverse, who, this was before the launch of ISOM 2. They had the merch sale, the Blitz, right? They were trying to just put everything on clearance, everything's discounted, free shipping. So I put an order in. And I went ahead and got a cover C of the ISOM 1 comic, because I was just like, you know what, I even though it's the mass print, I kind of want one. For whatever reason, order got messed up. I got a poster instead of my comic. This is after hours. This is after 5 o'clock. She's on FNT. She's responding to my ticket right there in this screenshot. That's what I'm calling out. This woman is literally working in this photo, and that is not a lie. A week later, I got my comic. It really isn't that hard.
no, it's not. And that's where, like, the guy that I worked with, like, I would give him detailed emails. It would be the exact order number, what was wrong, who the customer was, where it was going, everything he needed. And not only that, he's got a login to the Shopify to where he can see exactly what the customer ordered. And he's got everything he needs. It just wasn't, he didn't get shit done. And go back to that photo.
Oh, I had to reshare it because I turned it off.
No, that's fine.
And actually, I already clicked off of it because I went to the other thing I was going to share later tonight. Hold on, give me a minute.
Hey, what? Look at this creeper.
There it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's going on? Good night.
Here we go. Got it back.
Okay. Put your mouse over God. You're gonna kick my ass for forgetting his name. Chris. Put your mouse on Chris. Chris Gore has a shop with his merchandise. He was one of my potential clients, and he had a huge store. And this company, like, that's what I'm saying. They have missed out on a fucking huge opportunity because people are tired of the corporate bullshit, and independent stuff is blowing up. Like, it, they can't see the forest for the trees, and it's ridiculous. I am looking. I'm trying to find something else local. I've been talking with the shop that actually did the pre-order on the Marvel shirts. I've been talking with them. I'm trying to push them to stop screen print and start doing this this film print. It's almost like vinyl, but it's more flexible and less noticeable when you're wearing it. And I think wasn't your last shirt printed that way, Crash?
Yeah, the "Go Fuck Yourself, Ohio" shirt.
Yeah, yeah. And what did you like? Just give your general feel on the shirt
Dude, like
itself.
the picture quality is, I mean, it's like an HT picture on the shirt, but it doesn't feel like any different than the shirt. Um, and I will say, I mean, so far is also held up pretty well with this. As much print as it has on there, you would think that it might not last very long, but so far it still looks brand spanking new. You know, check back in 6 months and we'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I have worn it quite a few times and got one laugh out of the cashier at the liquor store not that long ago. He's like, I see what you did there.
Let's see.
I need business card. Well, I was gonna say, probably not right now while your shop's on pause, but it's just like, man, I need business cards so I can just hand them out when that happens.
Yeah. Here. Here's another thing. Like shit like this. One of my customers, he ordered 2 shirts. He only got 1. And again, this is another customer that's been waiting months for them to do their shit. And this guy is awesome. I kept him up to date with what was going on. And I told him, like, every time I emailed and said, hey, what's going on? Get this fixed. Same response. We got it. We're on top of it. Never happened. And the guy's been extremely patient. And finally got the second shirt. And this is what the fuck he got. Is it this? Yeah.
Lord.
Like, come on, man. Come on. This is fucking ridiculous. And it looks like there's a little spot down here too.
Yeah, I can see it.
Like, there's absolutely no excuse for this shit. And
Hold on, I'm gonna go get the Pete Buttigieg shirt and show up on the camera.
Okay. But yeah, like, and I hope, like, it's to the point now where the management won't even respond to my messages because the last message I sent was saying, hey, we need to set up a meeting to close this account because you guys have dropped the ball. I gave you so many chances and you've missed out on a huge opportunity.
Don't have anything like that on my shirt.
Yeah. Let's
no peeling. Like, you put your hand on the outside, you can feel the print, but you put your hand on the inside.
How do I switch it to you?
Me only? I have no idea.
Yeah. You've got controls down there, right?
I do, but
click on yours on the first one. Let's see if it'll shift to you.
No. Oh, here we go. Solo layout. There we
There
go.
we go.
And like you can
Yeah,
kind of feel, because it is kind of thick. You can um somewhat feel it underneath on the inside, but it the shirt's still really comfortable. Like it didn't it wasn't to the point where it's just like, oh, it's like itching on you or anything like that.
mm,
But I mean, like the picture quality is like just top notch there. It's so good.
I think I did a pretty good photo edit with that one. Just
You
saying.
did, man. That was so good. It's the best meme.
Hey Willie, what's up, man? Yes, yes. Good night, dude. If I had the money, I absolutely would. And I don't know if Eric or anybody will see this. Like, I have absolutely no problem sharing like what someone would need to start this because people there is a craving for it. Like people want this shit. And I didn't use shitty t-shirts either. Like I used good, very nice, comfortable shirts. And you're not like to get a shirt like that at the price we were doing, you'd pay at least $20 more from anybody else. Like because of the brand of the shirt. Like most of the shirts you get, they're just these thick like Rydell or what's the other shit jerseys. You know, just those basic Walmart t-shirt. You know, heavy, heavy, not real flexible, weird fit stuff. But yeah, like to me they missed out on something massive, and it's kind of showing because honestly, I think they had some employees, their two best customer service reps, just fucking walk out. Um, and I mean, I get it. I understand why, given what I've had to deal with, because it doesn't sound like they have anything in proper order on how to manage and do basic upkeep. I literally think they just get bulk orders from these companies and they just say, okay, do these shirts and send them out. And they don't do any kind of follow up, any kind of QR inspections or anything like that, or QC inspections. I mean, yeah, yeah. They, I don't think they put any attention to detail on any of this shit. And it's kind of sad because one of the sales reps for him, he had like he's the one he got pissed off at me with Chrissy's Dabbler shirt. Yeah, it took me a month, a month and a half to get him to approve it. He did because he was.
What
I
was he a
literally
fan of?
no, 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 no. He was upset because of the Johnny Walker character on the shirt. He's like he sent like I sent an email and said, "Hey, can we get this? Can we get this started up?" And he sent an email and said, "No, we can't do that. That's trademark." And like I talked to one of the other guys. I'm like, "Hey, can we just like this is parody. It's obviously not the Johnny Walker logo. It's similar, but it's making fun of something that's completely unrelated to it, which is what parody is."
Yeah.
Um, and I went there to talk to them, and when I got out of my car, I was like, "Oh, hey, Doug, uh, what's going on?" And he literally said, "Are you trying to get my company shut down?" I'm like, "Dude, I just came here to see what changes to make where you would approve and be everyone's happy about what's about the shirt. And dude, the dude was legit like pissed off because he thought I was trying to use his company to uh I guess sell trademark stuff. Like it it was crazy. But then the other shop in town, the one that only
Mhm.
does the bulk stuff, they were like, "Yeah, we would have done that no problem," because it's obviously parody.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's just been ever since I started working with them. It's just been little bits of pieces and shit that have just slowly snowballed into a direct road to shit. So yeah, and yeah, good night. It would be awesome. Um, I don't
It's
know.
not cheap.
Yeah, it's
I
not
mean, you
cheap.
can get a t-shirt printer cheap, but then the quality is not going to be what you want.
Yeah, like you can get the at home printer stuff cheap, but I mean the
Yeah,
quality.
I think I've seen them for like 300 or 500.
Yeah, like after a few
Like I could get
washes,
that
it's
easy.
gonna be after a few washes, it's gonna start
Yeah.
chipping and falling off, and like
We're
some,
talking tens of thousands of dollars to start
yeah,
of
if
capital needed.
yeah, like um the one me and Crash looked at, it would do like 300 shirts an hour, but yeah, it was almost 20 grand, and but it
Yeah.
was the new tech, the new that was the good thing. It was
No,
like
they had a sale. It was on for 15 grand at the time I sent it. So hopefully we didn't miss the opportunity. Maybe we can still get it for 5 grand off if we ever did get it.
like I think I'm gonna talk to Miss Nerderotic, because the jackets are still a go.
Okay.
Thankfully, because they have nothing to do with those.
All right.
Um, but I'm gonna talk to her and see if she knows anyone who would want be interested in learning about the tech to start up a fellowship shop, like like an actual brand for the fellowship, because it's dude, it's there. Like the make Marvel shirt, easy. That was, I think, after all costs and everything, just for the pre-order part. Um, I think it was like 2 or 3 thousand that was made. It
Seems to
was,
think he might have enough.
dude. If you
Maybe
want to
talk
talk
offline.
about it, yeah,
Yeah, let's take
like
this offline. Good night. We'll hear you out.
yeah, because the big thing for me is I want it done right, man. Because I'm one of those, like I was a supervisor at a big manufacturing plant, and like I want things to be done correct. Like I'm very nitpicky about that shit because most of the time I would end up still doing the people's, like, straightening shit up or making just doing that little stuff that was, you know, made it good. Like you look at it and be like, holy awesome. Like no questions, not like, well, what's going on here? Like this could be changed here. Um, yeah, like I want it done right. I want the customer satisfied. I want communication. Obviously, has to be well, but if it was something that I like, that's why my goal was to have my own print shop, because I enjoyed what I was doing and working with the people I got to work with, and there were so many opportunities. Like the Gays Against Groomers, I could I could have had them whenever they got shut down the first 2 or 3 times. Couldn't get any fucking response from the Innovative Ink people at all. And dude, there's definite opportunity there. There's a drive for it too. Like you guys have proven that, because sales have only kept going up. So again,
Hey, Rob. Romance.
Yeah, again, like thank you guys for everyone who bought something, because I mean that's the thing, man. Like it's all, without you guys it would have never happened. And it's not customer, obviously the customers weren't the problem. It was absolutely the print shop. And I put up with it a little bit too long, because I talked to Crash offline a few times,
Yeah.
and and let him know what was going on with some stuff, and he like, I put up with it way too long. But I didn't have that other outlet yet, and I still don't. It's just I can't keep working with these people, because they're not doing their, like, their literal job. And like I said, I don't know if it's because I'm a small business.
Boobs in the house.
What up, boobs? Um, but they missed out on something big. I really, really, really think they missed out on something huge. Just because there was so much interest and people were really happy with the shirts. Like every customer that, even the ones that had problems that finally got their stuff, they were they still loved the shirts because of the quality. Like I didn't use the shit shirts. Like I paid a little bit extra for good shirts.
Yeah, they're
That,
super comfortable.
yeah, and it,
Like I'm wearing one of the t-shirts I got from your shop half the time. The other half
yeah.
the time I think I'm wearing the ones out of the Rippaverse shop. And honestly, those are, I don't know what shop he's going out of. Obviously he's out of Texas. He said he's using a local shop over there.
Mm,
They're not using the same print method, because I can already tell my first Java shirt's starting to fade a bit.
yeah.
I mean, it is. I've had it for a year and I've worn it quite a bit, but yeah, it is. It's already starting to fade.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell with the earlier stuff of mine too. I've got a, like, hold on, vamp a minute. I'm gonna go grab that one shirt.
So, boobs, no, there are no. It's still on pause until he finds a new. Or are you talking about an order that's already in that hasn't been fulfilled yet? Let me know. Which at this point, I'm. Well, I'll let Cam answer since he's the one at the helm. Anywho, so how is everybody doing? Yes, an order that's been made. Okay, I'll have to let Cam answer that. We need a pirate ship. I'm down. Good night. Never sailed a day in my life, but I'm down to learn.
Okay. Did
Boobs
you
had a question for you, Cam. I don't know if you heard it.
current
Or
order?
yeah,
So
current orders.
the orders that have been placed before I put a pause on the site, I'm pushing to get those out. If they don't send them soon, I'm just going to give refunds to the customers. One of the customers, I'm going to send one of the misprints of this shirt to make up for them still not receiving their shirt after a long fucking time. Actually, you know what? I'm going to send her an email right now and see if she wants to join.
Down with the big bra. That's what we'll call it. All right, what do you want to move on to next, Cam? Hunter Biden or Patriot Front?
Do you let's do the Patriot Front, because you seem a little bit more versed in that, and I'm gonna
Okay.
I'm gonna email this customer and see if I can get them on.
Okay. This one should get audio. Let me know if there's not.
Get the fuck out of here! Get the fuck out of here! Back up! Back up! Get out of here! Get the fuck out! Go! You too! Get the fuck out!
I love that accent.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm gonna fast forward a bit because something happens near the end of this video.
Get the fuck out!
They're starting. They pulled the masks off of two of them. There's one.
Get the mask up! T-mask up! T-mask! Yeah! T-mask!
It's the first time I think we've seen any of their actual faces. There's another one that gets pulled here in a minute. He's probably that guy. Yeah. Like, oh my god! He's
Take the mask!
Yeah.
Lord, he's. Oh god. I ain't ever seen somebody who looks so beta in my life. Like, holy
Dude.
crap, dude.
I'm
Talk
dude,
about
this shit-
panic.
Let's see what's Benny saying there. This is the best video on the internet right now.
Yep. Pro America Patriot rally ongoing. Feds show up dressed as Nazis. Patriots force feds out of rally. Unmask the feds. You panic. The Nazis cry and tremble in fear. Cops rush
Yeah.
to save the feds. But I mean, what I'm actually hopeful for is that we're going to actually get some identities of a couple of these feds, and we'll confirm it for one, so that the left can stop, with the it's real. I mean, like, even if they were like a real, like, actual, like, Nazi group, I don't know. I think it still pays to, like, kind of know who these people actually are. What kind of gives it away that they're probably feds is the fact that there have been cases where they've been arrested. Never anything released by the police. Ever.
Well, you know what this reminds me of? Because I believe two certain people and a few other people in chat, we had a little meeting down in Orlando, and we saw some of the Nazis.
Not Nazis.
The Nazis. Yeah, so that one of the customers just hit me up and she is down to talk.
Awesome. Memories. That was fun.
Yeah, Orlando was awesome. It was a good time. Like, I met some well, obviously me and you hung out, and Ruben was there. Boobs was there obviously because Chrissy was there. So I mean, she's always with her
Right.
boobs.
But we got to meet their social media manager.
Yeah. He's a pretty cool guy. Not too bad. He left his socks in my car. Still got him. May have
I don't think they've confirmed it yet, but the Geeks and Gamers is working on another Orlando meetup in the October timeframe again.
Yeah, I think I saw that.
So I'm definitely planning to try and make that.
Yeah, I would like to. I am actually going. So one of the little summer things I like to do is go to the rivers and look for gold. So I'm going to be dipping into that a little bit. I'm actually working on buying a hookah setup so I can stay down longer and just dig in those deep holes.
Fun.
Yeah, I found I found like a few minute flakes. So there's definitely gold in the river. It's just getting to those. I think getting to the better spots because it's further down in the water. So you gotta be able. You gotta have the hookah system. All right, let's see. We may have a guest. Let's see. Let's do something. Rachel, if you can, check out private chat.
Yeah, she should be able to see private chat.
Let's see. Oh, there we go.
That works. Use the fake.
Yeah, that works. Are you good with that? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, this is one of my wonderful customers, and she is going to talk about shit she's had to go through with this too. So, everyone, welcome Miss Rachel.
Hello.
How are you?
Hello. I'm good. Just reading some Harry Potter.
Nice.
Awesome. Fucking nice to meet you.
You too.
We have communicated through email quite a bit.
Yes.
And what we started the segment out with was just all the shit I've been dealing with the print shop.
Yeah.
And how I've constantly been told things will be taken care of, and it's never taken care of.
I did finally get my shirt though.
You did?
Yeah, like 2 days ago.
Okay.
Maybe like 3.
When did you place your order?
December 27th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I even forgot about it, and then I got an email. I was like, "Oh, did you get your order?" In like February, and I was like, "Oh, no, I didn't. It's been a while." And then like 6 months later.
So
7 months later.
6 months. It's a week from being 6 months.
All right, there you go.
Yeah.
And guys, Rachel's one of these customers that endured it because she emailed me, let me know what her problem was. I sent the email to the print shop, and they said it would be taken care of. And so I assumed they were going to take care of it.
You even like sent me the shipping label that you sent to them. Like you CC'd me in the email. You're like, "Can you guys please take care of this? It's been a long time." And then like a month went by, and I'm like, "Hey, any update?"
Yeah, like this is the kind of shit I've been having to deal with. Like, there's no communication, nothing gets done, and I just have to stop using this shop. Like, it sucks because customers like Rachel kept it going, and have shown that there is a need, or not a need,
demand,
but a demand for it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really cool shirt.
Which one did you get? The Make Marvel Mail again?
Yes. In your background.
So that was the misprint one I was going to send you. I had no idea that you'd gotten the shirt. Like, I assumed that just nothing was going to get done.
Oh, I could grab it.
Yeah, if you don't care, would you get it?
Yeah. 1 sec.
Okay. Yeah, like, guys, this is the crap that I've had to deal with, and let's see.
Boom.
Nice.
So
pretty awesome.
You stop moving, it disappears.
So what are your thoughts on the shirt? Like,
I think it's really cool. I'm gonna wear it to go see the Marvels with a friend of mine because my boyfriend refuses to go see that movie with me because it's gonna be so bad.
Yeah,
I was like, if I could just get this by November, that would be great.
um, as far as do you like the feel, the
Oh yeah,
texture?
it's really comfy. It's really soft. The print is really nice, and it's not like rubbing
It,
off or anything because I tend to damage my t-shirts.
yeah, it's
So
not the screen print. That's the new method, right?
I believe so. It's really
Yeah,
soft and comfy.
yeah, and that's what that was one of the things. I think that was a big sell point. Like, not only is it the free speech thing, but I used very nice shirts. Like, usually when you order shirts like that, it's just like the Gildan crap or
Yeah,
Russell or jerseys.
I was really happy actually about the quality of it because I'm like, oh, it isn't the cheap. Like, I have dry skin, so the cheap ones are like itchy and uncomfortable. So this one's all nice and happy.
Yeah, and it's not heavy like those other ones
Yeah,
either. Usually
especially
those
because I
shirts
live in
are.
the desert, so it's not miserable to wear.
Yeah, like, so yeah, like it's frustrating beyond belief because of all just it's ridiculous. Literally, I've sent like you're not the only customers who's I've had to update and get bullshitted on because there's several customers, and I had to stop
Yeah,
expecting stuff to get done.
that's really.
And
Sorry, go ahead.
no, go ahead.
Oh, it's just really frustrating and bullshit because like you worked really hard and tried to build something so that creatives can come up with their own merch without having to do all of it themselves, especially if they don't have the means to. And then because of things that aren't like of your own control, everything just went to shit.
Yeah. Well, and it's not only that. Like, the creatives get an easy start, and it's very hands off for them. But they don't have to worry about what they put on the shirt either. Like, that was the initial start, was when Chrissy got her Root for Putin shirt pulled off of I think it was Teespring or TeePublic,
Hmm.
and they stopped doing it and told her she couldn't put it on there. And I mean, it's just little things like that that are starting to make a huge difference. Like, the proof is with this, like the Bud Light shit. Like, people are tired of it. They want to stop being force fed crap they don't like, and they want to be able to say what they want to say.
Yeah, the
And
normies are jumping in on the Bud Light. Like I have so many. My coworkers, I've all talked about it. My parents, who are not on any kind of social media platform, know about it, but they don't drink, so it didn't matter for them. But still, it's just like I haven't met anybody who doesn't know anything about the Bud Light boycott.
yeah,
Sure
I
enough,
mean,
whenever I've gone, like if it has stock, it definitely just looks like it's not moving.
no, not at all. Like,
It's
you
like the
can
only
still
beer
get it.
left on the shelves.
Yeah. So
Meanwhile, Yingling and another competitor have had their
Modelo,
sales go. Modelo doesn't
was it Modelo?
I think Anheuser owns Modelo, don't they?
I think, was it Modelo that took the #1 spot in America? But Modelo, let's see. Hold on, I want to make sure this is right.
Fact check.
Yep, it is Modelo. So, but here's the thing: Modelo in America is not owned by InBev because of a contract, like, trade dispute that kept it from being included with the international stuff. So,
Interesting.
InBev has absolutely no stock or creative control with Modelo. Modelo is completely
But
separate.
they own the
from,
brand internationally, just not
yes,
in the US.
but
Interesting how that worked out.
Yeah, so yeah, people are, they're tired of it, and I think innovative, they're fucking idiots because they missed out on a huge opportunity. Like, just Chris Gore's shop and the Gays Against Groomers shop alone would have been massive massive additions for them.
Seriously,
And,
Gaze Against Rumors would be a huge.
Yeah.
It's like landing a whale.
And dude, Chris's shop was like, he's got some really, really awesome stuff in there. And yeah, like I said, I'm open to talking with people like Eric or anyone else in the fellowship, like, because I would rather someone else who has the liquidity or the availability, I'd rather them keep doing it and giving this opportunity than it not being part of the fellowship at all, and them still having to support companies who don't give a shit about them.
Exactly.
And Rachel sent me the sweetest email, the last email she sent me.
Oh.
That's very nice.
I try not to be an asshole. Sometimes it doesn't work out.
I mean, even if you had been an asshole, I would have completely understood, because I'm just as pissed off as you guys are about how crappy they've handled it. And like, I had to step away for a couple of weeks because I was dealing with some personal stuff, and it was with, to delve into it a little bit, it involved my kids, and it was a nasty custody thing. It's fucking, so it's something I had to deal with. And I expected, because I had a meeting with them right before this was the last meeting I had, and there were these orders and stuff, like Rachel and like 10 other customers who I was like, you need to fix this. And I was told it would be done within a week, because it was only like 20 or 25 shirts. Should not have been an issue at all. Nothing. They got like, I think they got like 6 of them done. It's bad. And yes, this right here, competence. So, I mean, yeah, obviously I would love it if we could somehow create our own fellowship shop, but I'm also open to just reaching out to anyone who could keep this going for the people in the fellowship who want nice, comfy shirts with good free speech shit on it. So, yeah, I think I've ranted about it enough.
Trying to think. Go ahead.
No, thank you for coming on. Like,
no problem.
And if Ronan's still in here, dude, you are welcome to come on too, and you can vent about the shit you've had to deal with. So,
sorry, my dog.
You're
fine. Yeah, it's no big deal. We're super serious and high tech guys here. You know. Yeah, if Nerdy, if you're still listening, dude, just shoot me a message and I'll send you the link. Let's see.
I wonder if like Bunker Branding Co. could be an option. Not entirely sure how. Like Demo Ranch does stuff, but
yeah,
Nerdy's got a family night, so.
Okay, man. Hey, no problem, dude.
I know that he signed on some people that aren't just like specifically gun channels, but I don't know if that would be an option.
Like I know like Ryan and Jeremy, they use was it
221B Tactical?
Yeah. But I still like, and I'm not trying to gloat or anything. I still think my shirts are better than theirs. Because most people go with the cheapest shirt they can to get the most out of what they're selling.
Yeah. I'll let you know. I got the 199 shirt.
Oh, did you?
So when it comes in, I'll let you know how it compares.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, maybe they're doing the same thing, but I honestly think a lot of merch stuff, it's made with like the cheap, heavy, not form fitting at all. Gildan, like usually it's going to be a Gildan or a Russell or jerseys, and it's going to be their cheap shit. And
yeah, and it falls apart.
Mm-hmm.
199.
Gotta say it with more of a German accent.
9.
So, okay, Z. So, as far as the fellowship goes, what led you to ordering your shirt?
Me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry. Well, I watch like Film Threat and a lot of others, but I don't know, it's just pretty funny when like Chris Gore was ranting about, I love his Chris Gore rants, when he was ranting about how he just tweeted like make Marvel male again, and then people just got all offended and angry.
Mhm.
And it's like he's just
And
having fun.
because of you guys, it led to this,
Yeah. And so that was awesome.
which is awesome.
X-Ray Girl was like, that needs to be a t-shirt. I think he was like reiterating the events on like the real BBC or something. And so I'm like, if that's a t-shirt, I'll want it. Because I find it funny, and I like that people get angry about it because at me. So
Well, and I like Chris Gore was one of the people I had an opportunity to make shirts for. That
yeah.
like it's infuriating and frustrating beyond belief, and my hip feels like it's being crushed in a vice right now, which is a completely separate issue. Oh, shit. Yeah, pretty sure that I herniated my disc again.
Don't do that. That's not fun.
No, it's not. I don't want to have surgery again, and I'm terrified. I've been opened up and cut on way too much in it. I got really lucky because I had back surgery once, and usually when you have back surgery, you have serious issues for the rest of your life. I got extremely lucky because the guy who did it, so they had to go in, and the herniated or ruptured disc was angled in a way to where they couldn't get it from the side it was on. So they had to go to the other from the other side, and they had to cut off that bone. The process, you got this processes that stick straight out. They had to cut that off and then go into it.
That's terrible.
And even though like all that, like you'd think, like I've had no issues out of it. After about 2 or 3 months, it was fine.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So, but
problems again.
God, yeah. Like I told myself I'd never have surgery again because of all the issues I have with some other stuff. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, I got off on a tangent.
And y'all were talking about this funny stuff with Marvel. I think they may have deleted this tweet. They put something out. I found a fan account equivalent of the tweet, but I swear I saw it today that the Marvel put this exact thing out, and I was just like, oh, they're time for everybody to get triggered again. Miles Morales, Moon Knight, and Spider-Man. Who's Spider-Man?
Peter Parker is Spider-Man. I love that.
Yeah,
I love
they had to have deleted it because I just knew that was going to get racy.
Well,
people get so offended, but then even Marvel just admits that Miles Morales is Miles Morales.
Exactly.
I mean, that tweet actually shows it too, because it says there's Miles Morales and then there's Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like, dude. Oh, speaking of comics, aren't you working on a little something there, Mr. Crash?
Oh, it's not a comic. My thing's a film. My script's for a
screenplay,
an actual film, full-length movie.
Oh, yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, we. I mean, it's not.
Do you want to talk about that?
Not yet. Not until my co-writer gets back from her trip, and she's doing a read-through with one of her friends who's in the industry, get some feedback, and then we'll kind of go from there. See, it's just like, is it Is this even marketable? Is it good, or are we just terrible writers? You know, like get somebody to give it who we know is going to give it to us straight.
Yeah.
And then also we've been talking about it. We need to come up with like a tagline, kind of a teaser for it that we can put out there without giving any spoilers. You know, so we got to figure that out too.
Yeah. Yeah, like that's one thing I've really appreciated, and that's why I started the shop too. Like Gary and them tell that like almost every week they're like, it's good that you guys are doing your own shit. If you want something, do it. Like start your own stuff.
And now's the
Take
time.
a chance. Yeah, it really is. Like, because I don't see things going back to cohesion anytime soon. Like I see. I think things are going to pop off next year during election because
that's going to be fun.
Yeah, well, you can. They're going back to how Dominion voting machines are easily hackable, and talking about elections being stolen and shit like that. And they're trying to psyop people into thinking that Donald Trump is going to steal the election. Like and
it works, which is sad because people don't use their brains.
Yeah, there's no critical thinking anymore. Well, I mean, it's really just like we should have had a revolution, like several, since the 80s because of the shit that they've done.
Since the 60s.
Yeah,
ever since we killed JFK,
the screen's gonna get shut off.
Theoretically, there should have been.
I mean, I don't disagree.
Well,
but people are comfortable. That's the problem. You're willing to accept the because you don't want to give that up. It's a comfortable life. I mean, I get it. You know, it's just like I'm living comfortably. I've got nice job, nice little gaming setup here that I stream on, right? And speaking of which, I will get back to streaming games again. I know that it wasn't just a one-hit wonder that one time. I had a hard drive go bad on me, and so I've lost all my OBS settings. So I have to rebuild it.
We got to find a game.
Yeah,
I want to do some game streams. And God, I know I'm I'm a hypocrite.
You Kick?
Huh?
Are you gonna do Kick?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I need to grab that.
You better grab your screen name on Kick before somebody else tries to steal it from you.
Yeah, I will work on that. You guys are going to get very upset with me because I know Activision did something extremely shitty by nuking Nick Merck's gamer stuff from the shop for making a very reasonable tweet about kids not being involved with groomer shit. And Activision doubled down. And this is where you can see that the culture war is happening. And we are starting to push back because usually when something like that happens, people tweet about it, they complain, but nobody does anything. Tim the Tapman pulled his stuff, and Dr. Disrespect 100% backed him up too, and refuses to play Call of Duty now.
They haven't tweeted in 2 whole days now, almost 3. They just stopped because every single tweet they put out just gets hammered.
Leave kids alone.
Yeah, it's just a wall of leave children alone.
Oh man. I don't know, like I don't understand the decisions that these companies are making. They're really stupid. And if you're supposed to be driven by making money, why are you making like just the opposite?
Are you familiar with the with what's going on with ESG?
Yeah, it's just cognitive
there's money behind
I guess.
Yeah, they're getting money on the back end.
But not enough, you'd think, right? Like you'd make more if you made a good like Disney, for example. You'd make more money if you made a good movie.
It's a difference between short term and long term.
That's
which honestly kind of amazes me that BlackRock, Vanguard, I forget what the other one's called, is still funding these efforts, because there's no way that they're the ones who are funding these efforts, and they're not getting a return.
Yeah, that's what's
so
weird
eventually
about it.
Bite them, but at the same time, they almost don't care, because a lot of the money they've been getting has basically been free because of all the money printing that the Federal Reserve's been doing, and they're the ones who get access to that, like at the top level of the finance sector. So, to some degree, like with some of the bank fallout that we've had just this year, you look at the decisions that they've made. It's just like, why'd you do that? They just had this extra money. They didn't know where to put it, honestly. And it's because this capital is flowing in from the top, and you can't just push it out, because that's going to cause like hyperinflation. So that's honestly the thing that we got to look out for, because this money has to go somewhere.
Yeah.
And eventually it's going to make its way out into just like standard. Yeah, good job. Go follow Flagrant. Go follow me, Crash Mondo JR on Kick.
Do it.
I lost my train of thought.
Leaving the kids alone.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I digress, because I
guess it just seems kind of like folly to just be so focused on the short-sighted, especially because these companies have such longevity that like you'd think they'd try to make some decisions that would have more of a lasting return.
I think this is one of the places where the socialists are good at identifying the issue, which is like there's an issue of incentive when it comes to stockholder or shareholder capitalism, is that it puts you in a short time frame mindset, because for people to put their money into your company so that you have capital to expand or do whatever,
they want to see
you
like
need to give them a return.
Yeah.
And then of course the boards and the CEOs are all incentivized to as well, because most of their salaries are tied to the stock. So they have to push money in. They have to do whatever they can to push money into the stock, on the short term, because that's their paycheck.
Yeah.
The problem with socialists is just that their solution is shit.
Yeah. What? No, it doesn't help the countries and kill millions of people. What are you talking about?
Well, not directly. It's just starvation.
Eventually.
There's just nothing on the shelves to buy, and your money's worthless. And yeah.
I honestly think like a lot of it's just how we've degraded or retrograded from focusing on generations that come after and become more selfish as a whole.
That's a good point.
Like these CEOs and stuff, they don't give a fuck about the people below them or the younger people coming after them. They just care about what they can do for themselves and their friends. And
this is one thing that Elon gets right, and I've seen this with other billionaires as well, because I used to work for a big oil company that was privately owned by a notorious billionaire, because he used to fund the Libertarian Party like long ago, or give money to be a part of it, but he hasn't since the 80s, since his brother didn't win the nomination or something, I forget. But the Koch brothers, him and Charles Koch and Elon Musk, they have these long-term mindsets. What's Elon Musk doing? He bought Twitter because he's looking about 5 to 10 years. He's trying to build this all-in-one app. X, he calls it. Like, nobody even thinks beyond 1 year, much less 5, 10. Like I said, working for one of the Coke companies, they often wait it for 5 to 10 year growth. They realize that they realize that business cycles are more short term, and sometimes you just got to hold out, and it's okay to invest in something. It might look like a loss on the front end, but in the if in the long run, after 5 years, you get your payback, and then everything's paid off, and you're just making money.
Dude,
sometimes making that bet's worth it.
I literally, like, that is my story. Like, I didn't make hardly anything like starting out, but I knew it would
Sorry to interrupt. I had to bring that up.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's kind of like I wasn't making a whole lot off of sales, but because it was just small and there weren't that many in the beginning, but I didn't care because I knew it would grow, and it started growing, and now like the potential for it is enormous, given where we at with the culture war and how normal people who fell through the cracks of the decadence and the the thought control and shit. There's what is it? It's not woke agenda. I mean, it is woke agenda, but it's how they're trying, the ideological push for what they want society to be. Like how movies now. Did you hear about that? Like for the Academy Awards to get an Oscar, you have to meet two.
Check off a bunch of boxes, right? Like
yes.
Oh, right.
To even get nominated.
Yeah, you have to have a certain amount of all these dumb, shallow things.
Oh my god, it's ridiculous.
New Zealand, I just saw yesterday. I think it was yesterday. I watched a video from Legal Mindset on his second channel, Go East Gentleman. And he's telling people you need to get out of New Zealand because now the triage procedure is based on race. So if you're white, you're at the back of the line. They are literally doing
that. That's so upsetting.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
There was something about New Zealand. I was listening to a podcast that there was something about New Zealand. It was one of the only countries to do something when it came to the jab. And it was like New Zealand is a fucking tyranny, man.
They were at the they weren't as bad as China because I mean, and this is assuming that all of this was true because
China.
But because like in China, they were like literally stealing people in their apartments. I heard, but yeah, short of that, I think New Zealand was probably the second worst.
Yeah,
because of what's her name, Jacinda
Ardern.
Yeah,
is that her name? Dude,
I just call her Horseface.
Now that sounds more familiar to me.
I
don't know who you're talking about. Oh,
you know exactly.
Yeah.
She did, dude. Her mouth to face ratio was ridiculous. Like,
that's sad.
She could take a lot of wieners.
Maybe that's how she got to where she is.
That might be. I mean, that's how Kamala got to her position. Come on now. It's an effective method. It is an effective method.
I guess just stop being so easy. I don't know.
I mean, yeah. It's either that or dude's got to stop enjoying blowjobs so much. Like,
that's probably not likely to happen.
Like,
yeah,
we're literally giving up our patriarchy for blowjobs.
That's true. Our patriarchy is ending our patriarchy. Our masculine desires are ruining our masculinity.
All that's wow.
Jesus, I've figured it out.
As George Lucas would say, it's poetry.
Zuby said this, and this was actually on a Fresh and Fit podcast. And go follow Zuby, by the way, Zuby Music, and on Twitter. He's awesome. One of the best. He said male thirst has done more to shape society than anything else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. And I also believe that males not wanting to deal with nagging is why we have a lot of the shitty laws we have too. Because I guarantee laws happened. Yeah, exactly. I guarantee that people have a wife or a family member or something who whine about shit like I don't know. I can't think of it. Like prohibition is a good. I'm almost certain that happened because women were ridiculous because they had one bad encounter with a nasty drunk.
Or they just got on the bandwagon.
Well,
like there's definitely a percentage that probably never even had a bad encounter with a drunk. They just like, yeah.
Oh, they heard it. Yeah, they heard about it, and it's like, oh my god, it's so true.
Yeah.
And well, it's that and definitely greed. Greed is a huge one because we should still hemp should still be a massive textile, but the guy who ran the paper milling stuff put out all this propaganda about how weed caused black people to go crazy. And seriously, it
Sorry,
was...
I'm just laughing at how my boyfriend retells that information. It's funny.
Oh, dude,
you're saying it all nice, and he's just like, the propaganda that the blacks are raping all the white women. That's hilarious.
It's true that
that
they
was
literally
the propaganda,
thought...
but you said it more tactfully, and he's just like, ah!
Yeah, I mean it's ridiculous. They were literally they caused them to... God, it was some ridiculous thing that they said caused them to go insane or go on rampages and...
No barking.
The way your comment about the nagging wife,
Reefer
it's actually
madness.
biblical. I'm gonna bring up this Bible, Proverbs 25:24. Better to live on a corner of the roof than share a house with a quarrelsome wife.
That's true.
Men do not want to deal with that shit.
Let's see. Here we go. Check this out. Dun, 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 dun. This is a 1936 movie poster. Marijuana. Weed with roots in hell. Not recommended for children. And then it's got all the a bunch of sins right here, like lust, crime, sorrow,
I mean,
shame,
I agree with the
hate.
not recommended for children, but that's about it.
Yeah.
If your paper is made of hemp, you're gonna have wild orgies and be full of despair.
And that's literally what it was. It was a huge propaganda to keep hemp out of the textile industry and make
the whole
mills.
Weird orgies and wild parties. It's just are you trying to discourage me or are you trying to sell me?
It's we're gonna get this paper.
We've come full circle. It's back to the thirst traps. Jeez, man.
He's just giving up the patriarchy again.
That's true.
That's all right. The patriarchy's winning on the women's sports side. We're
oh my god, so fucked up. Oh man, that's so silly.
As my dad told me, a hard dick hath no conscience.
Wise words.
Your dad actually tell you that?
When he was 5.
My dad programmed me to be a whore. Not even kidding. And it kind of worked, but yeah, Yeah.
No, we don't. Dude, tell.
I mean, God.
I'm just kidding, Cam. You ain't got to delve into it.
Welcome to therapy.
I mean, you've already done that a few times on this podcast, so it's...
Yeah. Well, he was totally hypocritical about it too, because when it was just me and him, every girl we passed in the car, he's like, damn, look at her ass, damn, look at her tits, damn. And when we were at home though, and I had a girlfriend over, I could not leave the couch in the living room, and we could only hold hands. Like, it was ridiculous. Like, my stepmom would always jump on my ass because I'd sneak off, or like the first time I had sex. This is how crazy she was. The condom I used, and I was young. I was in high school, but I was young. Um, the condom I used. So the basement, you know how most basements have got like some of them had cinder block wall for for the framing, and then they built the wood house on top of that.
Yeah.
So the framing of the house, the way it was in the basement, there wasn't a full ceiling. So in some places it would be open and you could, like, the cinder block would be there.
Mm-hmm.
I took the rubber, threw it in the cinder block, and my stepmom found the fucking thing and pulled it out and jumped all over my ass. And like, my dad's just sitting there like, shouldn't do that, son. I'm like, you son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. Yeah, it was, dude. My childhood was it's definitely not how I'm gonna raise my kids. Like, but I mean, a lot of it came from like my dad. My dad had a shitty childhood, and he didn't have like a lot of stability, and the love and care and structure, and like there was structure, but it was very harsh and critical and always negative for him. And oh man, so really fucked up story. My dad was still living with my grandparents, and you got to remember, this was back in the 60s, when, you know, people like the high school sweetheart stuff was way more common, and you got married early, and you focused on building your home and your family.
If you weren't engaged by prom, you were an old spinster.
Yeah. And like, it was starting to change around that time, but in like rural areas, it was commonplace to have someone young and, you know, propose to them before you're even 18. Well, my dad had been seeing this girl for a while, and he was going to propose to her that day. And my grandpa, before I knew him, he was a drunk, and he was very fucking wily. Like, it was nothing for him to throw down. And he was small, but he was very wiry, and strong, like stronger than he looked. And I didn't know until one day we were going to a ball game that he was hung like a fucking horse. Like, I'm not kidding.
It's
pertinent information for the story.
About my grandpa.
This is pertinent. I promise. It will tie in.
Grandpa's hung. Got it. Note that down.
We were going to one of the local American Legion ball games, and we lived on a dirt road, and we're about halfway down the dirt road. He's like, "Son, I gotta piss," and I'm like, "Okay." I figured he'd just go over there to the driver's side in the woods and just piss in the ditch. I'm sitting there and I'm messing with the radio, and I see something in the side of your mirror. He went around to my side of the car. I guess so if anyone was passing, they couldn't see. Dude, I'm not kidding. His dick was almost to his knee. I swear to God. Like, no joking, no cap, no bullshit. The dude was a human horse. Okay? So, back to Dad. My dad's got this chick. He wants to propose. My grandpa goes to pick her up because he's the only one that can drive. They didn't get there till 3 hours later.
Oh my god.
And the girl lived like 15 minutes away. You know what her excuse was?
Your dad hung like a horse?
Yes. Yeah. Literally. She was like,
I was hoping I was joking, but I
no, that was the excuse. She's like, I can't help it. It was just so big. And it's like that. Okay, so
dude, that's a literal line out of like a porn film.
Yeah. Like
you can't make this shit.
my dad had my dad. I love him to death, but he had he went through some shit. Like he had it rough, and fucked up shit happened. And I love my dad to death. I really do. And he made sure we had what we needed. But he was my grandparents literally picked him up off the street. And his family wanted nothing to do with him. Like his dad, he never talked to his dad or his mom or his siblings. And so he had that provider mentality instilled in him. And he made sure we had what we needed. But when it came to guidance and emotional and supportive stuff, he didn't know how to do it. Yeah. He couldn't connect on that level. It was very hard for him. And that had a lot to do with, I think, how he thought the best thing for me to do was be a playboy. Get the ladies and you'll be set. And that's what go to work, get and bag as many ladies as you can and enjoy your life. And to a degree, you want to enjoy your life, but there are more fulfilling ways to do it that don't have you just working for paycheck week to week. And that's what I'm trying to do with my children, because I make sure my kids know that if there's anything they ever need to talk about, they can talk with me. I'm very open about what's going on with me. And things that are happening that can affect them. I don't go into detail about some of the shit. Well, yeah. That's shit they'll never hear about until they're way older, if they even hear about it. But I just I try to guide them correctly. When it comes to friends, you want friends who aren't flippant. You want someone who wants to hang out with you because they enjoy hanging around with you, not because you've got this new thing or everyone likes you or something like that. And you want a friend who will call you out on your bullshit. Those are the people who will really care about you because they want you to do better. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of like the guidance I didn't really get, but I don't blame my dad for that, because he had it way worse than I did. And I think he did a lot better than what he had, and I'm trying to fill in the gaps where it was missing for me. So, yeah, that's my crazy family story time.
That's pretty awesome, though, because a lot of people just want to use their childhood or their parents as an excuse to not be better or to rise above. It's everybody has shit in their circumstances. You got to choose to be more than that.
Yeah. And I went through bad shit as a kid, and my family didn't know about it until probably 8 or 10 years ago. And it definitely affected that mentality for me. As far as emotional development, I think I was probably behind by probably a good 10 years or so. And it sucks, but realizing that not recently, but not as early as I should have. It makes me realize what's important for my kids, and I want my kids to try to have their own business before they graduate high school.
That would be cool.
Like, do something with yourself, find something that's fulfilling for you and something you enjoy. And just because other people don't want to do it doesn't mean you can't.
Yeah, something you're good at too. That's important.
Yeah.
A lot of times people pursue something that they're just not made for.
Yeah, and it's got to be something you enjoy as well. Like you don't have to, it doesn't have to be like your most favorite awesome thing ever. Just make sure you get some kind of enjoyment out of it, some kind of fulfillment. And that's what I'm trying to get. I want my kids to focus on. So yeah.
All right, you guys want to see some leftist memes?
Yes.
Oh, God. Here we go.
Okay.
At least I'm in a better mood for it this time.
Are we gonna get angry? Do I need a drink?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Damn, I'm out of beer too.
Yeah. Speaking of, let me go grab a drink.
Yeah.
Okay.
As well.
I'll be right back. Oh.
I knew I should have stopped by the liquor store earlier.
Hey, at least you can drink alcohol.
Fair.
I really don't enjoy pot. I don't know. Well, I think a lot of it too is because you know how you can get the cartridges for vapes. Those things are way too fucking strong. Like they're like 85% THC. And they will fucking wreck you. But it's synthetic too, so it's not the same as flour.
Like organic.
Yeah. It's a bit too much.
By the way, hail to the Front Porch Conservative. I did see you come in earlier, sir.
Yes, sir. Yeah, guys, if you haven't subscribed to the Front Porch Conservatives channel, you absolutely need to, because he is an awesome dude, and he hosts a great show.
Yeah, he's got a great thing going on over there. My old man. You want to talk about my old man? The guy was I'm gonna assume that this was supposed to be a dick, but he taught me a lot. Anthony Cumia. Cumia is a funny guy.
Yeah, he is. He's the little stand-up portion he did with Chrissy was fucking great.
All right, here we go. Number 1. This was a critique of a legitimate chart. How to spot fake white supremacist charts is what this is labeled. Like, look at this thing on the bottom. Like, source? It's right there. Like, why does he have country circled? Like, it's. I really don't understand what was going through this person's brain. U.S. blacks followed by countries. Kind of doesn't get the point. Well, hello. He's usually pretty quiet during these. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, no one wants to talk about how the bulk of violent crimes is committed by a minority group. Granted, like there is a history of shit that led to that. What pisses me off is I think we could fix a lot of the problems with inner cities. You've got to have structure though. And you've got to create opportunities for people in that area. But when you've got all these violent crimes happening, no one wants to go there to create the opportunity either.
Yeah.
Right.
It needs like a culture shift, not
Mhm.
like they just throw money at it. They're like,
Exactly.
why aren't kids in inner cities graduating high school? Just give the high school more money. It's like, how about you teach them not to bully each other if they get good grades? Let's start there so that they have an incentive to actually succeed in things that will better their lives and their families' lives instead of just the instant, well, those guys are going to make fun of me, so I'm not going to do it.
Well,
Or
and
just get rid of the bad. I mean, honestly, I have a problem with all unions, but try not to be too harsh. But yeah, get rid of the teachers' unions in those areas, because they're the ones that are holding it down on the education sector.
well, and
And like
stop.
if you allow like for the market, like education should be a free market, not what we have. We got not this socialist mess that we have. And I'm not even talking about like school choice, because even like school choice is still has it's primarily public run. Like I'm talking like allow for innovative ways for people to figure out how to educate their kids. They can team up doing co-ops. We now have online options. It works for some, not for all. People
Mm-hmm.
can get I think we need to first of all, not there's no one size fits all. So that's
Yeah.
one reason why we need the market. And
Yeah.
then two, it's just it with incentives, people will innovate and create effective methods. But when you're locked in by the government
Yeah.
because of the unions, and you're just the only option that a council can present without that changing is going to just be like, well, we'll just increase taxes and then put more money into it, and you're
think
just going to get the same results or worse for more money. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
yeah, I think a big component of it too is that you've got to stop telling kids that they'll be nothing because they're a certain race,
yes,
because that literally that goes into the home,
Yeah.
and then you've got parents who don't care about how their kids are doing with school because they're just telling them every day it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And like I get it. There's a bad history with shit that we did as a country with the slaves and everything. We're way past that, man. Like I don't if there was just a way to be like, okay, just blank slate that and start over, but clinging to that is not helping anyone.
No. And
And
it's
there's
getting
not.
even worse in like recent years. They're just like obsessed with perpetuating that. Like, you are just the color of your skin and you can't amount to anything. And that's just how it is because everybody hates you because you're brown or black or whatever. It's really, really frustrating.
Well,
yeah,
literally, the party that says they want to help the minorities is pushing for segregation again.
Mm-hmm.
Like, get the fuck out of here with that.
Yeah.
And no, you're fucking not helping anyone by saying that they're a black white supremacist because someone's got an R beside their name. Like,
the black face of white
Just like,
supremacy.
yeah, Larry Elder literally grew up in the ghetto, like deep
nah,
in
he's a
the
white
center.
supremacist, because he's not for only identifying as the color of his skin. He sees himself as a human and wants you to see yourself as a human. So he's clearly a white supremacist.
I mean, he's following that racist indoctrination of Martin Luther King Jr.
Right.
That guy,
Contents
man,
of your character, terrible.
get that shit out of here. No,
All
like,
right, so
okay, go ahead. Sorry.
so who for those who don't know who this guy is one of Eric July's detractors. He puts up stuff like very often. I don't know if he's still doing it very often, but it seemed like every day that Ripaverse Goalpost was putting something up by this guy. Anyway, it's start of Pride Month. This is what he puts up. And it reminded me of the well, is this the Care Bears, but if anybody remembers, there were the animals that were not bears that were a part of that universe. And instead of having the Care Bears stare where they shot the rainbow out of their stomach, they roared. Did anybody remember that? That's what
I
this
didn't
reminds
watch
me
Care
of.
Bears.
You didn't watch Care Bears? I watched it.
No,
I
did
watched
not.
them. I love that show.
I only remember the rainbow coming out of their stomach. or their powers coming out of their stomach. I don't remember the roar.
Yeah, so they didn't show up until after the movie. There was a movie where they introduced those characters, and it was like other animals, like an elephant, a lion.
Big fan of the Care Bears?
Yeah, apparently. I still remember it. I was like 6 when I watched it.
I bet he's got
like
some
you
Care
chose
Bear
to watch
flair.
it, or you were forced to watch it?
It's just what was on before we caught the
okay.
bus for school.
All right.
Wait, isn't this the guy who like?
He's the one who dyes his hair green.
Gradient, yeah, he gradient rainbows his beard and
Yes.
every facial hair to catch cum.
He's saving it for later.
This dude, like, when I saw that Air Ricks Reloaded, I was like, wait, isn't he the LED beard dude that's a piece of shit?
Yeah, he is pretty crappy. Actually, it was a funny thing with this, with Rippaverse Detractors. There's Mark Brooks, who's, I guess, a somewhat renowned comic book artist, was getting on Eric's case about the fan art contest that is happening.
Oh, I saw
calling it a
that.
scam. And then it turns out, not once, but at least twice, this guy, Mark, he's now been dubbed Mark Crook instead of Mark Brooks because of this, has ran his own fan art contest and didn't even send the prizes to the winners.
Oh, that's fucked up.
And that was almost 2 decades ago. They were saying like, yeah, this was like 17 years ago. And I still never got it. Like, that wasn't even like a monetary prize. It was just some sort of merchandise, I guess, valuable merchandise. But yeah, they never got anything. And yet, Mark showed up after that. He reblocked everybody and hasn't said a word since. So.
Dude.
But yeah, I posted that when that first one came out. I said the iron law of woke projection never misses. These guys are constantly projecting. Like it always comes up. They always out themselves. It's exactly what they are doing.
That's exactly what I was getting ready to say. Like the projection from these people is like off the chart, ridiculous.
Yeah. This is so stupid. Why do they always have to put the rainbow? Like, not everything has to be rainbow colors. Like, this thing looks like it was put together with that old Corel software, Microsoft's competitor back in the 90s.
That's exactly what it looks like. They like found this in some files that were just hidden from like 20 years ago. Wait, when was the 90s? 30 years ago? Oh god.
Well, yeah, over 20, like almost. Golly, I'm so old.
I can fix this one.
You can fix it?
Yeah. Yeah. The fascist ones, and then you come over and say, which are democratic viewpoints. Yeah. Then it's not misinformation.
There you go.
And the rainbow makes more sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the rainbow mafia is very fascist. This is a very common trope with leftist memes.
What the fuck even is this?
Are they trying? I don't. Okay, are those women? Is that what they're trying to say?
I have no idea.
Dude, Duke Nukem would shit down these people's throats while he's jerking off on a girl's tits, man. Do they not know who the fuck these characters are?
Because Boba Fett disintegrates them.
Well, I mean, it depends on which Boba Fett it is. Like, is it original
Vader's
Boba
like,
Fett?
No yeah, Empire Boba Fett. No
Yeah,
disintegrations this time.
Jesus Christ. And Clint Eastwood, like...
Even now, his old ass would shit down their throats.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Dude, he'd go Gran Torino all over them, man.
Right?
Get the fuck off my lawn. Oh my god. Like, this is such a mismatch.
I just realized that the coloring in the background doesn't actually match the... I don't think that matches the trans flag. I need to look it up, but
No, I think the color on the "We're here to say trans rights" does.
It does, but what I'm getting at
Yeah.
is I'll have to verify if somebody wants to look up what the pedo flag looks like. In which case, it's just like you're kind of saying the quiet part out loud with that. If this is, it might not be quite right. I feel like the pink's not quite. Wouldn't be in it. I don't know.
I figured out why the leftists like these memes. It's just like how they're the squeaky wheel yelling for attention. Like they don't care about the meme. They only care about what it says.
Yeah, exactly. They're not trying to go for humor. They just want to scream into the void.
Do you think they understand how memes work? Or they're
No,
just
they
like,
have no
yeah,
idea. They
people
don't
do
have a
this,
clue.
and look, we did the thing.
They have no clue.
Dude,
I mean, what's funny though is that like it works for them. I'm sure that the people from the Alphabet Mafia are they see this and they're probably laughing their ass off. But it's even though it's like
no, that's the thing. They're not laughing. They're going, yeah, that's right.
You're right.
Trans rights. Yeah,
that's all they understand.
I support that. I support. I'm a good boy. Can we have sex? I'm gonna rape you then. Like that's how it goes.
It's because of that hemp paper, isn't it?
Yeah.
Man, we are so getting canceled. Okay.
Sorry, that's what happens when you invite me.
But like, it's so
it's
fucking
okay. I
true.
check
like,
off their boxes.
That's right. We got the token here. So.
You do.
Well, I mean, how many leftists though are fucking alphabet beta dudes end up being fucking abusers and rapists and pedos? Like
there was
statistics on that.
God, there was a state rep. I don't remember which state it was. Who was like the first like. I mean, I know that there's some others now, trans like state reps that have been, or maybe it was I forget. Anyway, it just came out like over this weekend, or maybe just before then, that he's been arrested on charges of stuff on his hard drive.
Oh yeah.
This is a government representative. This guy got elected.
It's not surprising though.
I wonder if he's going to get a sweet plea deal too. Like old pederast Hunter.
I don't think he's got enough clout for that.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Well, he's not the president's son.
Yeah.
In quotation marks.
I mean, that's the one thing that leftists don't realize is that the 98% of y'all are expendable. They will throw you under the bus for their own gain. They do not care about you. So I hope some of y'all start waking up before it's too late for y'all. And because y'all need to repent.
That's one thing I don't understand about like the colleges perpetuating this stuff, because after, like historically speaking, after the attack on like the wealthy, they attack the intellectuals. It's like, you're next. I don't understand why you're pushing this. That's going to bring about your destruction.
Yep. Useful idiots. Okay, so this one, I don't know if this was a leftist meme or a Malaysian meme. Because the Malaysians, when they got mad at Chrissy Mayer, they told the leftists, like, lefts can't meme, and the Malaysians are like, hold my beer. And I think I got another one in here somewhere. We'll see. There was one
like,
another good one that I saw from that.
We're so clever.
Dude, that's not a meme. That's just fucking that's shitty, man.
It really is.
Be kind. The 8-year-old Malaysian tried really hard, okay? They had MS Paint and they did their best.
Dude, oh man. That's shitty, because Chrissy's mom was like, she was, dude, like, just knowing Chrissy and hearing her talk about her mom, like, that's shitty.
Oh wait, I will find it on Twitter. So after we do these memes, I'll find the other meme that I got on Twitter. I don't have it saved because it was a GIF.
I mean, I'm probably taking it pretty personal, considering
Yeah.
like I've worked with Chrissy, but
like I'm far
I mean,
removed from it.
she took it in stride. We all just kind of laughed at how stupid this was. Like, wow. Malaysians are, and they're still angry at her. And
so
I love
what
that she's
happened
doing
with
a
that?
tour with
Because
Jocelyn now. What's that?
what happened with the Malaysian thing? Like what's the story there?
Jocelyn Chia made a joke about the Malaysian Airlines 370.
The one that got disappeared?
Yes.
Mhm.
I don't remember the joke, so I'm not gonna butcher it here. I mean, somebody can look that up later. But anyway, so that pissed off the Malaysians already. Just she did, and then Chrissy Mayer basically just stood up for Jocelyn, saying that it's not a comedian's job to protect your feelings. It's there's no topic that's off limits. The joke either lands or it doesn't. The rest of the world is laughing at that joke. It's only Malaysians, or at least the angry ones on Twitter, that are not laughing. This is a common one. Just the whole like scared of rainbows crap. It's just like nobody's scared of you guys. Like it's why the phobia thing is just so stupid. It's just like nobody's scared of a man in a dress. Well, there's no men that are scared of a man in a dress. Like some women.
It's slightly disorienting when you walk into the bathroom and then you're just like, oh, okay, there's a dude in a dress. Cool. I got a stall. It's fine.
Yeah, and in that case, yeah, I think fear is a bit warranted, and perhaps anger, and
dude,
it's still a guy.
It's awkward.
And if it's a big guy,
depends on where you are.
You might struggle with trying to defend yourself if you're a woman.
If my daughter is in the bathroom at a store, and that dude who made the video about you better not ever try to stop me, dude. No way, not happening. Not going in the bathroom with my daughter.
Nope.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we will throw down. No questions asked, and I guarantee 99% of dads would do that.
What the heck is this hog life?
I don't know what that's supposed to be.
And at Rob Israel, who is this on the right? I'm not even sure who that is. Is this supposed to be a Q, like hinting at QAnon? Oh, this is probably Marjorie. Is this Marjorie Taylor Greene?
Probably.
Maybe. I mean, we know that this is Matt Walsh.
Yeah, that's the only one I can point out. I'm like, I don't know who the pig's supposed to be. Is it supposed to be?
Yeah, I don't know who.
Oh. Left. Crap! He's a police officer. Brandon Tatum? Is it supposed to be him?
No way.
Because it's a pig, right? Cops, pigs.
I mean, I guess, but I mean, he's not the only cop that's on the internet. He's probably one of the more popular ones, I'm sure.
Yeah, and
my guess,
if it is Tatum, like, why is he white?
Well, his beard doesn't seem very white.
That's true. Well,
yeah, I don't know.
Obviously, they're trying to point out like he is another one of those black faces of white supremacy.
Yeah,
which makes complete sense.
It does.
Well, if you didn't vote for Biden, you ain't black. So therefore,
I guess I'm not black. I already knew that though, so we're fine.
I don't understand, like, how fucking stupid are people to these, like, Jesus Christ.
Wait, disclaimer, do not send me your medical bills for the cringe you're suffering. I am not responsible. You've always had the option to turn this off.
Can you zoom in on that a little bit?
Yeah, hold on. Where's the zoom? Where's the zoom? Oh, here we go.
There we go. Yeah,
I don't understand what these notes are for.
I'm sorry, but that is not a right-wing gun owner because their finger would not be on the trigger.
Yep.
Well, dude, but the Nazi belt guy,
Yeah,
is
that's
that
a
his
left.
thumb on the trigger? It looks like a
It
thumb.
looks like it.
It does. It looks like he's got a stub for a forefinger and his thumb's actually on the trigger.
Yeah.
And they just throw everything on here. They throw the MAGA hat, the Confederate flag, a militia, the Nazi symbol, and QAnon.
I mean, can
Even though
someone
none of those things are related.
please just show me anywhere that this has actually happened like this in the past 10 years?
Dude, downtown Chicago. Remember at 3 a.m. Juicy Smiole?
Oh, Juicy?
Juicy.
Juicy.
This is MAGA
In downtown
country.
Chicago, huh?
When it was minus
Downtown
15
Chicago
or something?
is MAGA country. Let it be known.
In the
Right.
wintertime of downtown Chicago, in blizzard freezing winds.
A polar
This
vortex.
That
How the hell was that subway even open?
it's like
That's
a
probably
fucking
the only thing that was actually legit about the story was the fact that he got a Subway sandwich. And I'm just like, who the hell is working in those conditions at 3 a.m.?
It's Chicago.
I'm
We gotta get our food.
It's like some kind of Wiccan ritual to summon white racists. It's like,
You order Subway.
if you order
white
Subway
racist
during the
appears.
polar vortex in downtown Chicago, they will come. You've got to get
I'm
the
writing
white
that idea
bread
down. That might
with
make good for a
mayonnaise.
good parody skit for a script. I'm gonna write that down.
Please do. That would be awesome.
If you order the white bread with mayonnaise and kale.
Oh my
Fucking
gosh. I want like a comic of that. Oh, that's a lot of words.
I know. Gosh, I haven't read any of these because obviously, who's gonna do that? And forces more kids to be born into. At least they're born,
Right? That's
like
an
for
argument
crying
that
out
doesn't
loud.
make sense to me. It's like homeless people struggle to survive. I think they'd rather be alive than dead.
Exactly.
Yeah. Unless someone
You wouldn't make less money though with the EBT because you don't. If you make a certain amount of money, then you lose your benefits. So
Right. EBT keeps you dependent.
yeah.
Okay, so
Because of
I
that.
can speak on this a little bit because for people who don't know, with the surgery that I had, I've been on disability for a while, and you do not so during COVID, they pumped so much and gave so much that it wrecked what came after. Like now you don't get anything for people who actually need it. Like
You're not getting it.
it's yeah. I think I get like $20 a month.
Well,
And
half a tank of gas depending on where you live.
no, it's just for food. Like they don't do the. Well, granted, some people do trade in like their EBT stuff. Like they'll buy people's groceries at stores.
Mhm.
But I mean, it was a hard hit, and for the people who need it, man, I mean, I feel for those people because there
Yeah.
are people who are stuck in shitty situations who didn't have a choice, but there are obviously people who abuse the shit out
Yeah.
of it. But that's why I'm also trying to build something for myself and get myself back to where I was. Like I can't fucking stand this life, the lifestyle I'm stuck with right now. And
But at least you're working towards improvement.
yeah, and I think that's
Yeah.
that's another thing I think is important for my kids too. Like always work on building something and trying to do better each day and keep going for that, because even if it's rough, like because shit's been rough, but I'm still trying to go forward. And if I can get some crazy assholes out of their lives,
Then I can buy more shirts.
oh. Yeah, dude,
I
if
do love
Goodnight's
that
still
shirt
here.
though.
Oh, how many more do you have, Crash?
Let me see. 3 more.
3? Okay.
Yeah.
Because I sent you one, and I mean, I'm not doing it.
This is some of the most racist. Like.
Can you zoom in?
Oh yes.
Please and thank you. They're replying to Eric July, are they?
Yes.
What's that top right?
Top right. I'm not sure. I couldn't get the originals. Like I don't even know what these things say. The main thing that I was calling out was this one on the left. It's just like I can't believe that they did that.
Dude, that bottom left one.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know if that's a troll, but if like I feel like that's true because there are people that are LGB and
they're sick of the bullshit.
Yeah.
I would say the majority of them are actually kind of sick of it.
Yeah, it's a very small minority of that small minority that are the crazies.
Yeah.
And honestly, that small minority, they're typically fucking bullshitting it. I think. I think half the people who try to yell and scream about this shit, they either have literally no life or they have no fulfillment in their life.
I'd agree.
Because I don't think those people have ever actually had to struggle to do anything. They've never actually had challenges in their life that they've tried to tackle. They've just walked away and gave up. Or they just refuse to accept reality, and they enjoy fighting against it because they feel like it gives them a place to stand. It's I don't know. You take like 90, probably 95% of these people and throw them out in the fucking middle of nowhere and tell them you got to survive on your own. They'll drop that shit real quick.
Indeed.
I mean, that sounds like fun, honestly.
Remember the surf scam?
Yeah, it does.
Okay. I'm like, why are they doing this?
Just why?
It doesn't make sense.
And
but the raptor's adorable minus the face paint.
Yeah. But the whole they don't realize that this doesn't work. The whole just throwing back the groomer word or just calling right-wingers pedos when they call out leave the children alone. Like whenever I threw that on a Call of Duty tweet, the responses from the few people that would comment would just be like, you leave the kids alone, pedo. And I'm like,
it's like a 4-year-old coming up with an insult. Like, no, you're the poopy head.
No, you.
Well, I like how he doesn't realize he's saying protect kids from people who don't want them to mutilate themselves. Oh.
I don't get the raptor. Is it just because I'm an old lady that doesn't get memes?
Right. Notice the conflation too, the LGB. None of this stuff, none of it applies to lesbian, gay, and bi people.
Mm-mm.
None of it.
No.
You have to get into your category.
This color of the flag, doesn't even have anything to do with them.
Yeah, because they're men and women, so the flag makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Or am I not allowed to say that?
We haven't been canceled yet. I'm just waiting for it to show up that it's just oh, stream is down on YouTube,
It's my fault.
We are on Rumble, guys, just...
Yeah, we are on Rumble too.
Yeah, so just if we do go down, just hop over the Rumble.
You're like, it's all Rachel's fault.
Don't let me forget. I got to talk about how I caused a 40 or 30-minute heated debate on Timcast After Hours.
Okay.
Okay.
But yeah, let's get this last one out of the way.
They don't know what a token is.
Thank you. I was just gonna say that. Like, no, this is an original character who just happens to be black. It's not taking a successful white character and then making him black, but then removing all the characterization because all that matters is the color of his skin. There's a very big difference.
Exactly.
You mean it's not Miles Morales?
No, Marvel says it is Miles Morales.
No.
Yeah.
Sorry, Marvel.
Miles Morales is Miles Morales.
Peter
Parker is Spider-Man.
Okay, so we looked at shitty left memes. Let's go ahead, Crash. I sent it to you.
Some good ones.
Well, you kind of. Well, just one of the shirts I made.
Hold on. I gotta put it on my.
Oh yeah,
folder. Is it trying to save it as all files? Don't do that.
While you're doing that, we'll.
All right, I got it. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
I was showing like I got that shirt.
Yeah, that's how you make a meme.
That's awesome.
And the people that we've talked to in Ohio fucking loved it.
Oh yeah.
They're not gonna send you death threats? Or is that
No.
just Malaysians?
Apparently it's just the Malaysians.
Speaking of.
All right, hold on. I have to find that other. Oops. Stop presenting. Okay. I'm gonna look for that other Malaysian meme. I hope I got it bookmarked somewhere. It was honestly it actually wasn't that bad. It was hilarious as hell.
While you're doing that. Oh wait, hold on. Let's see. Yeah.
My country, Singapore, after we gained independence from the British, we were a struggling little nation. In order to survive, we formed a union with a larger, more powerful country, Malaysia. Where are you from? Malaysia or Singapore? Malaysia. Okay, yeah. You assholes. When my prime minister went on TV to announce that you guys had dumped us, he cried because he thought we're not going to survive without you. But then 4 years later, we became a first world country. And you guys, Malaysia, what are you now? Country. Oh, boo. You, Malaysia. Isn't that the best breakup revenge? Now Malaysia, y'all trying to come around like, hey, Singapore, you're looking good lah. And we're like, I know, but why haven't you visited me in 40 years? And you're like, yeah, I tried, but you know, my airplanes cannot fly.
That was pretty good.
I don't know why people get so mad at comedy.
Yeah, I mean.
And she's speaking the truth, though. Like.
That's what makes comedy good.
Yeah.
You got that little dash of truth.
It's true.
That people can relate to. It makes a huge, like, I can't, like, leftist comment, like, woke shit. It's not funny. It's just talking points that they get clapped her for.
Yeah, it's just, like the Proverbs, the nagging woman. That's all it is with leftist comedy. It's just complaining, and then people are like, "Yes, queen."
Yeah, like fucking what is her name? That comedian who's got all kinds of shit on Netflix, but she's not funny at all.
There's a few.
Amy Schumer?
Yeah, Amy Schumer. Like, all she talks about is how it's hard to be a woman. And
so annoying.
It's like, no, it's fucking hard to be poor.
That's
true. What's hard.
Whether you're a man or a woman, it sucks.
Oh, Simpcast is live. Yeah, guys, definitely go check out Chrissy's channel too.
She's hilarious.
Dude,
She is
her,
epic.
yeah, she is. I need to call Goodnights and try to get her back down in Raleigh, so I can go see her. Okay, so I guess we definitely need to talk to Goodnight. But yeah, like I said with the shop, like I would rather someone else pick it up than no one have it, you know? Like, cuz to me it's not about, like, it would be great to have
Oh my
have
god,
that.
I found it.
Oh, did you?
Oh, let me put it full screen. This one. So for context, her doing the worm came from her was captured at her bachelorette party at the male strip club. She did showed up the stripper by doing the worm on the stage. And then Basha K. Ali is actually, for those who don't know, is a comedian. He's a comedian, right?
No, she's a writer, isn't she?
A writer. Oh, yeah, I think you're right.
For one of the shitty shows.
But yeah, if you could find that one of the clips from the opening that introduces
yeah,
from one of the intros that has that clip from Friday Night Tights. So anyway, I thought this was fairly creative, honestly.
Yeah, she's the Basha K. Ali is the she's the writer for Miss Marvel.
Ah, okay.
And oh god, it's at the front of every Friday Night Tights. Hold on.
No, check one of Chrissy Mayer's podcast intros. Those at the front of those.
I'll work on that.
And then we could probably wrap up on that and hop over to Simcast. I think you want one of the live streams because they normally put that at the front of some of the live streams anyway.
Here we go.
Oh, good. I found it.
Chrissy, have you ever heard of the comedian Basha K. Ali?
No, that sounds like something you yell at before you blow up.
I remember that.
Yes, guys, definitely go raid Chrissy. Yeah, I guess we'll wrap it up there. Rachel, thanks for coming on.
Yes,
thank
you so much.
It was a lot of fun.
No, yeah, you were awesome, and I'm glad you got your shirt. I still, you're still gonna get one of these though.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, it is the screen print, but it was one of the earlier ones, so we had to get the other shop to do.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I'll definitely get that out to you. Guys, before we go, one of the fellowship guys is having it a little rough.
Oh yeah.
So if you can, stop by the Gibson Go and help out our boy Ruben. He's got myasthenia gravis. If you guys don't know what that is, it's a genetic disorder to where you literally lose control of the muscles in your body. One of my friends has it, and he literally almost drowned one night because he couldn't swallow. Like the saliva in his mouth just trickled down into his trachea. So it's fucking rough, and it's something he has to deal with, and he deals with a whole lot as far as his health, but you'd never know it talking to him. He'll talk about it a little bit, but it's a lot harder than people realize. So if you can, just whatever you can donate if you can. If not, just send him some good messages. Just pray for him, whatever it is you do. It's appreciated. And I put the Gibson Go in the comments. So other than that, Rachel, you got anything? Are you on any socials? What are your socials?
Not really, no. Just on
Good for you.
YouTube, but I don't post any videos. People say that, but it's just because I am super introverted. So, I don't.
The introverted
social media.
The introverted dorky weirdos are the people I get along best with, honestly.
That's me. Yeah. So.
And I'm
no, I
convinced
don't
that
have
social
anything to
media
plug.
is basically purgatory.
It seems like it. Seems like it's not very healthy for people's mental and emotional states. So I'm glad I.
It's
don't
not
care
searching for that meme and some of the other stuff. I realized, damn it, I'm perpetually online now. I gotta take another break. I didn't realize how much I've been tweeting lately.
Falling into the abyss.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rob, take it easy.
Hail.
Let
me throw in Crash. Where can people find you, buddy?
Follow me on Twitter.
I need to get off the internet. Follow me on Twitter, guys.
Yes. Keep me on by following me. You can give me my dopamine hit. Also on Kick. When I do get back to streaming, I think I'm just gonna start it up on Kick and just leave Twitch be, because I think Twitch is probably starting to. It's a dying platform.
Yeah, they really fucked themselves with this last decision they made too.
Yeah.
So, yeah, guys, I'm Flagrant. Look, shop's down temporarily. Hopefully, we'll get that fixed, because I actually loved getting this merch out, and I thought it was cool working with the other people and doing the designs and stuff. Like, it was fun, and hopefully we can get it going again. We'll keep you updated though. It'll be a process for sure, but we'll figure something out. Until then, I'm Flagrant. It's Crash. You guys click that link. Go support Chrissy. Give her some like. Click on the like. Get her in the algorithm, and let's take over the internet and bring it back to what it
need to get off the internet.
Been.
Go take over the internet. This world we live in.
We'll take it over and then end it.
There you go. Yeah, we're taking it over to delete.
Maybe if it's taken over, though, maybe you could just fix it instead of deleting
let's just turn it back into the Wild West like it was when it began.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where people could say what they wanted to say.
We'll just delete Facebook.
There you go.
Yeah.
And TikTok.
Oh,
anyway,
man.
Everyone take it easy. Thanks for watching. Thanks for stopping by. And we'll see you guys later.